great time. I'll speak for me. I had a great time at Falls Creek. It is not always this smooth, this easy, this fun, this enjoyable, and it's not always such an awesome group of kids. It was, man, I loved it. I really did. I think this is the freshest I've ever felt coming home on a Saturday, no lies. And so I just want to say, I told y'all Friday, I'll tell y'all in front of your parents and everybody else, appreciate y'all, because it was a great time. So Falls Creek theme for this year was choose, and in trying to decide, a t-shirt design, ended up coming up with Big League Chews. Everybody's all who hadn't taken a big old pinch of bubblegum Big League Chew and chewed it, and so that's kind of the design we went with, theme of our shirts, and kind of our in-cabin stuff themed around baseball as well. The past couple of years, well, with COVID and everything, we've kind of altered the way that we had done sign-ups. We limited our number of people and just didn't open it up to whoever or to come with us. And this year we kind of removed that. We were ready to just let whoever wanted to come. We ended up taking, I don't remember the exact number, but 50, right at 50, somewhere between 50 and 55 kiddos, and somewhere right around 20 adults. And it was a phenomenal week. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through a typical day at camp to kind of give you the best experience, the best camp experience without going to camp. Just out of curiosity, who's ever been to Falls Creek out here? Okay. So, well, there was a lot of people that raised your hands. If you haven't been in the last since 2005, 6, 7, 8, probably something like 2009, it's changed a whole lot than what you are used to. But anyway, we're going to try to get you a little taste of it. So a typical day, we would wake up, and I don't think they realized, but we do them a solid. So we didn't have breakfast until 8:40. So I know there are cabins there that are up at 7 to eat breakfast. So we didn't roll them out till 8:40. But shockingly enough, that was not late enough for some. That was not late enough for some. So I actually have, and just so happens the male winner of this award isn't here because he's at home sick, and asleep, exactly. So we have a award for the hardest sleeper, male and female camper at camp. And the male award is going to go to Cade Waggle. I don't recall, but I want to say he won it last year as well. He's a repeat winner. And then the female award goes to Crystalline Green. There you are. No. I want to encourage you not to applaud them. I just want to encourage you not to applaud them. I will go ahead and say a lack of sleep is expected at camp, but it was not bad this year. And next year, don't tell them, but next year I think I'm going to move it up, bedtime up another hour. And so we can hopefully we can get more sleep there than we get home. That's what we're going for. Anyway, so we would wake up for breakfast at 8:40. We would have breakfast between 8:40 to 9 o'clock. You didn't have to eat, but you had to be downstairs by 9 o'clock because we had family groups at 9:15. Last year, we had a huge turnover in our kitchen, and Jessica Tidwell, I don't know if she volunteered, was able to talk her into taking over the kitchen last year, and she knocked it out of the ballpark last year with a really new crew. This year, it was kind of another new crew because it was a bit of a different crew. Phenomenal. Food was phenomenal. Experience was phenomenal. I'm just going to go ahead. Jessica, where you at? Jessica Tidwell. Our cooks were Jessica, Mike Oakley, Ricky Jean Parson, Darren McCord. I hate to even mention TJ, but he's on the list. TJ, and then Kenny and Stephanie came up towards the end of the week. Well, Darren had to come home for a family thing, and so they came up and helped finish out the week, and I just want to tell y'all how much I appreciate it. Jessica does all the logistics. I don't have to do any of that. She orders all the food, gets it there, all the things, and it's a huge weight off my shoulders, something I don't have to deal with. I really appreciate it. So thank you, cooks. And at this time, Allie and Jackson are going to come down and share, just tell you how good the food was and share their favorite thing that they ate this week.
The food was awesome. I really enjoy this kitchen crew. They kind of like set a new bar as far as they're really involved like all together. Like some of them stay up literally through our evening devotion, which starts at 10:30. And then I don't know what time they get up. What time do you get up? Mike, what time do you get up? Mike starts them. 5 o'clock. So, I mean, it's crazy, and they just participate a lot, and they're there, and they're just really involved, and I love that about them. They rock the kitchen. They're cooking for all of these, not just 50 or 75 humans, but teenagers. They're picky. They're hard to please. Love y'all.
Callie Parson would literally walk through and get a piece of bacon that wasn't on the menu. They held it back for her because she literally won't eat anything if it's not chicken strips and French fries or bacon.
Yes.
But anyway.
So they kill it. My favorite meal was a new meal that I don't think we've ever had. They did fajitas and street tacos this year one night. It was phenomenal, and y'all are awesome.
I mean, yeah, I echo what Allie says. Our cooks are amazing people. I love every one of y'all. And if I had to guess my favorite meal this year, I really love the chicken and waffles. That was really good. I think that was Tuesday night, but that's about all I got.
All right, that'll work. I don't even think we had chicken and waffles, so there you go. What was my favorite meal? I'm just going the whole breakfast thing. The whole breakfast. I don't usually eat breakfast at home. Can't tell, I know. This looks like a body built by yogurt. But anyway, we had like French toast one day, biscuits, chocolate gravy and white gravy one day. We had like a hash one day, and we had pancakes. Whew. Anyway, it was the bomb. After breakfast, we would go into quiet time / family time. So we kind of mold our weeks built around families. It's easier to split up if like there's one adult or two adults over a small group of kids. So that's how we manufacture our in-cabin time. And this year we did a how-to segment. The topics were, I hope I'm not covering y'all's stuff. The topics were on our family time. So the adults would be in with the kids, and instead of like a quiet time where they go up to their bunks and sleep, which isn't beneficial, we all do it downstairs together in our family groups. And we talked about how to be a good friend, how to be an influence, how to break addictions, and how to forgive. Those were the 4 things we talked about in our days. And Kat and Kayla are going to come up from their family, and Luke Jameson is going to come up and talk about just what they got out of the family time and why they see family time as important.
Well, Clay was wanting the best family group leaders, so obviously that was Kayla. No, our goal was just to be the last ones finished, and that was accomplished on Friday. But I really enjoy family groups because, you know, when you take a large group of kids, it's hard to get to know all of them. But family groups really let you sit down and connect with a small group of them, really one-on-one, kind of see what they're struggling with and help them. And yeah, our group was pretty awesome.
I enjoyed family groups the most because the majority of my family group was my students from this past year, plus Gentry. So I knew all of them really well, but we never discussed in class the things that we discussed in our family groups. So I enjoyed getting to talk over those subjects with them that I typically wouldn't get the opportunity to talk about. So I enjoyed getting to talk about some of like the deep stuff, you know. We joked because Kat will sit in silence and wait for them to answer for like minutes upon minutes, and I can't stand it. I can't stand the awkward silence. So like we would ask a question and I'd be like, so anyone have an answer? Answer. anyone have an answer? Any answer? So then I would like go around and like name all of their names and make them answer. And Kat was just rolling because she was like, you can't stand the silence. And I was like, no. But overall, family groups are fun.
This week I was in Dump's family group with Jacob and Ryder, Zaid Fast, and Brody. And it was like some people that I've known forever, or some that I just met, and that I like outside of like getting to like the spiritual part of it, just getting to know who they were like on a daily basis outside of like church and church camp was like a really neat experience.
You're probably wondering why there's a clock on I want you guys to time the service. I try to keep it as short as possible. I'm just kidding, that's not why. So our phone policy at camp is you can bring your phone because we're cool like that. But at dinner time on Monday night, you turn your phone over to your family group leader. And we take the phones and keep the phones, and you get phone time at the end of your family group in the morning from about 9. It ended up being about from 9:45 till about 10:10. That's the amount of phone time they got every day. And you should have seen some of them kids. I mean, like, they could fly through that phone. But I told them my screen time was down 81% whenever I got my notification today. And Dad was talking about that this morning. I almost was like, hey, man. But anyway, yeah. They didn't have their phones, so they didn't have it'll come into play later. Actually, very quickly. So we would leave at 10:15 for morning tabernacle time. So whose favorite thing about camp was morning tabernacle time? That's what I thought. All right, move on. We're going to move on. It's really, really bad. I hope y'all are watching. I said it last year. I'm saying it again. You're not watching, but it's really bad. Let's be better. So we would get back about 11:45, and we would start our in-cabin games at noon. We kind of just took the baseball approach with it, and I really enjoyed our in-cabin games this year. I thought they were fun, so we randomly split the group into two teams. Has nothing to do with their families, nothing to do with ages or gender, just two teams right down the middle. And I did it differently this year. There were no points. There were points, but we didn't write them down. Because they really didn't matter. It was just for community and camaraderie. So the first day, Tuesday, we played Cracker Jack toss. And so there would be a tosser and there would be a catcher. Like you got to catch it in your mouth. And there was a certain distance. And after you did it, step back. And I must say, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that the last step is probably from here to this part of the stage on the other side. It's far. And they were launching. And finally, one of the teams connected. It was pretty sweet. The second day you saw on the video was the bat spin Bible drill, where you got to spin 10 times around, and then you run down, and we hand you a random Bible verse that you have to look up. That was pretty enjoyable. I really wasn't sure that Samantha Salat was going to survive the spin. But she's here tonight, and I'm thankful for that. Then we had us a little home run derby, as you saw. Well, I'll let them talk about it when they come up. And then at the Friday's game was a pitch where we took two little hula hoops between and everybody threw. And I just got to say, it was awesome. Everybody was having a good time. Everybody was being celebrated, and I loved it. So Gentry and Jacob Snyder are going to come up, and they're going to talk about their favorite in-cabin game and their favorite moment of in-cabin game time.
Okay. Well, my favorite was obviously the home run derby because that's what I was best at. But if you know him, you know that he's pretty athletic in like everything he does, and he was really bad at that game, and I was really good. So it just made everything better because I got a home run and he could not even hit it. So yeah. And my team won every single day, and his team lost every single day. So that was definitely my favorite part.
I'm pretty sure the last home run derby game that we played, Gentry's team won 1-0 because of her home run. So she was a champion. Jacob, well, you can talk about it. I'll leave you alone.
My favorite part was the pitching game because it was the only close game we had all week. And we didn't even win. We tied in one of them. So definitely wasn't the baseball game. But that's pretty much all I got to say.
We, along with that, with the two teams, really it only ended up happening like one day where we had an afternoon activities challenge, basically, and we had a chalk art competition that was baseball themed. I think 3 girls participated, and then me, and I wasn't even on one of the teams, but I just like chalk art. I'm pretty sure my Mimi still has one of my chalk pumpkins that I drew in middle school framed. It's really good. Anyway, and so I had to draw a little something on the chalk art. But girls that participated, I think you're the only one that's here. I thought it was awesome. We took some photos and we're gonna judge, but points didn't matter, so we called it a tie. And then at the end of the, we would also I threw out a Bible trivia question, which I was hoping was going to be very interesting because they don't have their phones. You guys think you can? You guys want to take? You want a question? All right. One of the questions was, according to the Bible, Jesus had 4 brothers. What were their names? Any guesses? I would ask you all, tell them what their names are, but I bet you don't remember, do you? James, Joseph, Simon, Judas. Absolutely. Good job, y'all. Yeah. Now you can be confident in telling them that you learned something. So tough questions, and that one I think they needed a little help on, but the others they did really well. I was pretty impressed. So that was kind of what our pre-lunch time would look like. We would eat at 12:30, and then we would go into free time. Now, free time, during free time, we have a cabin lockout. So because we are trying to encourage sleeping at night, last year we implemented this, which was great, and we carried it on, where you could not be upstairs between 2 and 4 because for some weird reason people think it's fun to sleep during the day and stay up all night. So we did a cabin lockout where you couldn't be upstairs 2 to 4 unless you were changing clothes to go to rec or something like that. Along with that, our family groups had one mandatory breakout. Falls Creek offers breakouts throughout the day, and we had one mandatory breakout that your family had to go to. You could go to more, but your family group had to go together to one. And then during free time, there's volleyball, competitive volleyball down at the rec fields. I believe we had 4 teams, and we came home with 4 championships. So we didn't. I totally lied. We came home with no championships, but we had fun. We had fun. There's also swimming, basketball. Tate, did you lose a game on the basketball court? Every time I saw you, you were just smashing.
When he was on my team.
Okay. It's all about who you play with. So volleyball, ropes, zip line, lots of coloring inside the cabin, puzzles, things like that. There's something else that comes with free time. And we want to give you guys a little glimpse into what being a sponsor at Falls Creek is like. You saw in the video, our cabin has a huge main area, and who would have ever thought that they would love just standing around in a circle and hitting a volleyball? back and forth to each other, like playing keep it up, basically. Along with that comes volleyball headshots to people that aren't playing volleyball. Sponsors, if you got hit with a volleyball while not playing volleyball, just raise your hand. If you saw a kid hit a volleyball into a drink and knock 4 drinks over and walk up and stare at it like it didn't know what just happened and then walk away, raise your hand. If you got asked, hey, what time is it, with a clock right beside you, raise your hand. We're going to give you guys a little insight onto what we went through. Enjoy.
Man. Been practicing. Man. Yellow tee. I don't need shoes.
It's not broken.
Yellow team. Wait. Oh, wait. Backwards. Okay. Watch. Spike. Hey. Can you grab me that ball? Oh my God. Ball help. Ball help. Ball help. Thanks. Hey. Hey, hey, Parker. What time is it? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Okay, so I got a little time to practice. Okay, cool. Bump, set, spike. Bump, set, spike.
This might be the most athletic group we've ever brought.
Hey, Parker, what time is it? Oh, yeah, what does that mean?
This might be the smartest group we've ever brought.
So I got a little bit of time? Okay, cool.
Shall we bow? Shall we take a bow?
TJ, we need a mop.
TJ, get the mop. And I speak for every sponsor when I say that was not exaggerated at all. That's pretty much exactly how it went, yeah. But we got a good group of kids. We do. No, we really do. It was fun. Took a little getting used to. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So, funny story. And if you know my wife, you're going to really just appreciate this. But she's for whatever, she's really been getting into shoes lately. And so she got this brand new pair of Nikes. Is Nikes cool or is that not a Nikes? My bad. Nikes is totally 2001. Anyway, and so she got this brand new pair of like whitish, off-white Nikes, and they're not just like available or whatever. And she really like keeping them fresh and clean and all the things. And so, what were we giving away? we were doing something. We were giving away beef jerky to a team that had won one of the games. And so like she's standing here holding the drink, and I'm holding the beef jerky, and it's like a tight little group, and like one of the sweetest kids that came with us to camp, Ryder Davison. Literally, that's pretty much what he looked like. And knocked her coffee. No, he was holding the drink. He was holding the drink. Okay, hold on. And like, there's like 5 adults standing there, and we're all just like. Babe, I commend you. I told you multiple times how good of a job you did this week, and she was just like, it's okay. So kudos to you, kudos to every sponsor who's going on with stained up Nikes. So we'd have free time from 1:30 to 5:30. Then we would crush dinner from 5:30, and we didn't do anything from 5:30 until we left for evening tabernacle at 7:05. We did have some themed dress-up nights. It's kind of dress up if you want to. You don't have to. You can. Our nights were hipsters and hippies, camp shirt night, mathletes and athletes, and pop stars and punk rockers. We had some good ones. Everybody didn't dress up every night, but some did. I think my favorite went unseen. It was Thursday night. It was pop stars and punk rock. And Kyler comes walking out of the bathroom, and I'm just like, bro, who are you? And I mean, he's in like black jeans, black shirt, red bandana, and like his hair was feathered and lethal. And I was like, bro, who are you? And he was like, who are you? Vince Neil. And I'm like, the resemblance is uncanny. Like, it was like, I was like, you sure are. I mean, pretty much spot on. Spot on, Vince Neil. I guess I guess my response, he put on his rodeo time shirt and jeans and went. He changed. I wish he wouldn't have changed because it was my favorite costume of the week. Anyway, don't change next time, just rock it. That's my motto. So we would leave for evening tab. Our worship band was the Museum, and our speaker was Zane Black, and Dump and Seth are going to come tell you about our evening tabernacle time with our worship band, the Museum, and speaker Zane Black.
So, like Clay said, the worship band was the Museum, and our speaker was Zane Black. And honestly, they both did a really great job. The music, it was very engaging, and I mean, so was the speaker. He was able to get a point across really, really well. And the band was just really into it, was happy to be there, so.
Hold on, Seth. Zane Black was like surfer dude vibes. Very Shaggy-esque. Like if Shaggy from Scooby-Doo was a youth guy, that's what you'd be dealing with here. And he did this laugh throughout every time he would speak. You think you can try it?
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
Let you do it.
There's no imitating that.
Okay. Yeah, Dump.
Yeah, I might give it a try. But let's see. He'd keep his mouth open. He'd keep his mouth open after he laughed for a while. You know how, you know. But yeah, the worship team museum, they were good. Enjoyed them. We're not supposed to be negative. They probably aren't one of the best ones we've had, but they did their job and they did well at it. Zane Black, if I was to describe Zane Black, he was very simple in his message to where people could understand him. He presented the gospel every single night and did a very good job of it to where using words to where kids could understand. He was also a very good mix of being serious but also being goofy. But if you kind of saw him outside of preaching, he's just a goofy guy to begin with. But he was a very good mix of being, you know, funny but also being serious at the same time. So I mean, I really did enjoy him.
Yeah, he I mean, Dump's laugh was pretty solid. And like the first night, I remember like he's preaching and it's night one, and he's like, and I was like, and then like a lot through his messages he would do that, and I was like, how weird is that? And then like Wednesday, I'm walking past the basketball courts at Rec, headed to the van to come back, and I hear from the basketball courts. I was like, that's just who he is. Very goofy, did a good job. I appreciated him. So after Evening Tabernacle, we had free time. They would have free time until they had to be in cabin at 10:15. It's his fault for not being here, I guess. I really wanted to have Cade Waggle come up here for this this portion. He's at home with strep throat. He's sleeping. But I really wanted him to come up here so we could hear what he did during his free time. It was, people are funny. Boys are funny. They were talking upstairs that, like, Cade runs up and he's like, you want to come tell me the story about She's Here? You want to come tell the story about She's Here? You don't have to. Okay, come explain it. I think it's worth it. It's worth it.
So we needed a couple extra volleyball players for the co-ed team. So we needed to go get Connor Welch to come play because Cade wouldn't play. So we went to go get him, and they're all walking around. Cade was trying to find girls.
Yeah, why are they walking around? Yeah.
Trying to find girls. And so we finally, there was like, I think it was me.
Hold on 1 second. Now you're good.
I think it was me, Callie, Carly, Brody, maybe Chase, a couple other people. We were trying to go find someone else to play. And so we finally find them. And Connor's like, dude, he like comes running to Cade. Dude, she's in the gift shop. She's in there. And we're like, what? And we're in a hurry. So we walk in there, and there's some girl they've obviously been trying to talk to. She's just standing in the gift shop. So they get in there, and we're like, we wait in there for like 5 minutes, all of us, trying to get back because we were in a hurry. We're standing there, and Cade and Connor are over there, and they're just like looking, like talking to each other and then looking. And they never,
very subtle.
They never went into the gift shop. But so it was kind of fun.
Thank you. And I really wanted to bring Cade Waggle up here because he and Connor spent too much time at the gift shop and were the only ones that couldn't seem to make our 10:15 curfew. Don't clap for him. Don't clap for him. So we would get in at 10:15, and we would get right to it. At 10:30, we would have our in-cabin worship and our in-cabin devotion. And it's always a special time. I do want to shout out our worship band, Allie, Rap, Tori, Blake came and led us in worship every night, and they do a phenomenal job. And I love this time because I feel like... You guys can go ahead and head to your spots. They're gonna run us a tune, and we're gonna stand and worship a song or so. But while they're heading there, I love our in-cabin devos in the evening because I feel like as the week goes on, you can just feel the vibe in the room change. You can feel the layers. You can almost see the layers each day being pulled back, almost like an onion. Where vulnerabilities and people insecurities are starting to fade away. And I don't even mean like with wild praises or anything like that. I just mean the spirit's it's different in the room. And it was good stuff. They're going to lead us in worship, and then I'll come up and finish up. Invite you to stand and sing.
There's honey in the rock, water in the stone, manna on the ground, no matter where I go. I don't need to worry now that I know everything I need you got. There's honey in the rock. Praying for a miracle, thirsty for the living well. Only you can satisfy. The mercy seat, now I taste it. It's not hard to see. Only you can satisfy. There's honey in the rock. 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 Freedom where the spirit is. Bounty in the wilderness, you will always satisfy. There's honey in the rock, water in the soul, manna on the ground, no matter where I go. I don't need to worry now that I know everything I need you got. There's honey in the rock, purpose in your plan, power in the blood, healing in your hand. Starting flowing when you said it is done. Everything you did's enough. I keep looking, I keep finding. You keep giving, keep providing. I have all that I need. You are all that I need. I keep praying, you keep moving. I keep praising, you keep proving. I have all that I need. You are all that I need. I keep looking, I keep finding. You keep giving, keep providing. I have all
So that's just a little taste of what we got to experience worship-wise in Cavan. Amazing. I spoke Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Miley Leatherman came as a first-time sponsor, and she shared her story, her testimony on Thursday night, and then Friday night, it was just a wrap-up. By Friday night, everything has been said, and so it is just a time to encourage. If you've been waiting and holding off, time to make a decision, and a time for us just to come together and pray and encourage one another as we come back home. So it was great. So typically we finish between 11 and 11:15, about 11:15 every evening, and we usually give them till 12:30 to hang out, and then we send them upstairs for lights out. We send them upstairs. But Thursday, last year was the first time we had our non-talent show. And there was a little, the people wanted it. The people wanted 2.0. And so Thursday at lunch, we said, hey, if you want to sign up for the non-talent show and we get enough acts that I think are decent, then we will run it. And we did, and we ran it. And, typically sequels aren't that good. But this one was pretty enjoyable. Allie has, y'all probably won't laugh. I need you to know, if you haven't, he said you'll definitely laugh. If you haven't been to camp Monday through Thursday and are running on fumes, it's probably not very funny. There was a couple times I was laughing as hard as I could possibly laugh, thinking, what are you even doing? So, anyway, we've put a couple of clips together from that to give you a little look at what our ridiculous, silly, goofy Thursday night non-talent show looks like.
Awesome. How many coins are on this plate?
I spot 3.
There's 3 coins. I'm going to double the amount of coins you see. How many coins are on that paper plate? 6.
So this is going to be an art experience.
Are you ready? Okay, here it is.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Showing y'all how I do my makeup routine for the daily. Highlight. That's an important step. I'm gonna be glowing. Using the fingers. Also a technique I picked up. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Behind my cheekbones. We're taping hula. And what are we doing Oh, now we're not actually taking who look.
Let's give it up for Parky. But first, a word from our sponsors. Now play some royalty-free Facebook music. My name is Michael Pickleseller. And as CEO of Pickles Incorporated, we want you to know that we are selling pickles to everyone in America. And we would like to say, the next time you need a pickle, go to Pickles Incorporated. Now back to the sketch.
So, that's just a glimpse.
That wasn't even a skit.
It was. It's a glimpse. Yeah, the commercial was my favorite part, personally. Great week. I would like to say some thank yous, if I haven't already. Cooks, thank you, for sure. Sponsors, thank you. Y'all are the bomb. Blake, thanks for lining up the bus and driving that big yellow like a champion full of kiddos down there for us. Campers, thank y'all. Y'all rock. And TBC members and parents, thanks for sending your kids. And TBC, thanks for helping us and supporting us and providing ways for us to be able to go and do this. It's worth every minute, every dollar. It's worth it. And so I appreciate y'all and allowing us to do that. Wanted to finish with just a quick little summary of our group and what happened throughout the week. Said it's a great group of kids. One of the things I liked most about it is it's not really an emotional group of kids. It's a pretty well-balanced, fun, inclusive group of kids. And so, we've had years where there have been 30-something decisions made, and every adult's just like, at the end, because there's just overflows of emotional wrecks everywhere, and this was not like that. This was a different group of kids, and I mean that as in a compliment. We had 4 salvations on the week: Penelope Smith, Gavin King, a.k.a. Honda 80, Jack Green, and Liam Fabella. And we had 8. Oh, yeah, go ahead. We had 8 rededications: Callie P., Macy E., Carson W., Kaylee Morgan, Kyler S., Izzy H., Jazzy West, Cabry Spradley. So awesome stuff. And that's just things that we can put on paper. I believe there was a whole lot more that happened in people's life than you can write down. I know there was, as for that matter. So go get them. You guys, many of you made decisions. Whether it's a paper decision or something that just happened between you and God, go get them. This is where it all kind of starts, right here. I told y'all Friday, I'm not going to be that guy that gets up and tells you to keep that fire going. Don't let that fire go out. I'm going to tell you, just pursue a relationship with God above anything and everything else, and you'll be all right. So that's my charge to you guys. Go get them. Anybody have anything you would like to say? Fantastic. We hope to stir the baptismal water soon with some of these salvations. We're going to follow up on that. And thank you guys, for sure. I love you. I'm going to pray, and we're going to get out of here. And I'm going to go get to bed early tonight. Heavenly Father, God, thank you so much for just being an amazing God. And get to see you move in many different ways in the lives of young people is one of my favorites. And God, so I want to give you all the glory and honor, and I know without you, what's the point of any of this? And none of this is even possible. God, I pray that the lives that were changed, God, our focuses would be fixed on you. We would trust you and allow you to lead the way, and we would follow closely. We love you, God. Amen.